EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 21 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Fields going to get this to Montgomery. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Here's Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Let's go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Fields. Letting one go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. 16 carries, 124 yards. On second down, it's Cook again.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. First down, here's the run with Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Get me! Let's go!
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. This defense for the Bears, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Cook following the penalty. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. To throw is Turner from the gun on 3rd down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Turner. Throw left side complete. That's Steele. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to the ground, Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back to throw. Turner. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Fields on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Montgomery. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. A shotgun snap, Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. To throw is Fields. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. To the air again, Fields. And he's got Mooney. In the end zone, touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. See Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else?
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Azeez Ojulari. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Turner. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish, because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works, and that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Ooh, with a juke. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Turner on 1st and 10. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Michael Pierce in all of his 340-pound glory gets the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Turner. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They needed a lot of yards there. They run it and come up just a little bit short.
Yeah, and give a lot of credit to the defense because they didn't back off and play so loose that there was room to run. They were right there and stopped it for no gain, even in a long yardage situation.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. Here's Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Man open is Robinson. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Fields throwing again. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here's Harris to return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Second down, they go right back to Cook. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. There's Mooney with another catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Coup now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive of 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. Here's Harris to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum.
And oh, he coughed it up! And this is picked up by the Bears.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Fields now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So that one will be accepted.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Browns who were able to steal one on the road. The Browns are rolling 6-0 now to start the campaign. From Motown, let's head across Lake Erie to Buffalo, see what's going on with the Bills. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Josh Allen, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. And then finally, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football with a good one between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Bears, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. On second down, it's Cook again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. "37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Now a first down throw, Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Throwing again on second and 10. Fields. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Here's Fields. And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better, 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Turner. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball, and if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Turner. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up. It's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On first down, it's Fields. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Here we go.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And here's Turner from the gun on third down. And some room to work. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They'll go to work with a little momentum following the free kick. 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Turner. Pressure comes and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a run with Cook. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. looking to throw. Turner setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. From the gun, here's Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Harris to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Turner. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Now Turner on 3rd down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On first down, it's Cook. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. From the gun, Turner. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Bears. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one. And it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Coup for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And out now come the Vikings. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Turner now, throwing on first down. And he's got his target, Harris. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Turner. And this is Cook with a grab. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Turner. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. Turner. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my. He pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Turner. He's got Smith here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run. Cook evades him at the 10. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Turner. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but, hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on 3rd down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this 1st down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes them.
Now a run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Turner completes this to Jefferson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. To throw is Turner. Throwing on 3rd and long. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Sam Sloman now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Back to Montgomery on second down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down. And they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync. So for Chicago, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.